Okay, everybody say cheese.
Cheese.
Mommy, hold my hand. Hold my hand.
Hey y'all, welcome to my Athens vlog. This is a very big family trip we had been waiting for. This trip was our first big family holiday outside of Hungary, and actually my mother-in-law's first flight ever in her 73 years of life, y'all. That is something, and I'm glad I could experience such a special milestone next to her. For little Zara here, it was her second flight ever, and for me, multiple times. But you know, my flying anxiety never allows me to enjoy the ride. Thank goodness it was a short flight, because after about 1.5 hours of departing, this is us in Athens, we ordered a shuttle to pick us up. The driver was on time. It just took us a few minutes to find him, so no big deal. I 100% recommend using some kind of pre-booked private transfer or shuttle to get to your hotel, especially if you have kids. You spare yourself the hassle of figuring out public transportation, managing luggages, children, strollers, all at the same time, and it takes you directly to your hotel. Hey. Yeah, my bag. Oh my god. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Now, because our flight was a very early one, like we departed at 6 a.m. kind of early, that meant that we're going to arrive around 8:30 a.m., which meant that we were going to be super hungry when we arrived. We found this brunch place right around the corner of our hotel, and if I tell you, this was the best way to introduce us to Greek food because the flavors were simply unforgettable. We kept talking about how great our personal choices of food were. After the food, we went back to our hotel to get a couple of things from our luggages and then continue the day. This is us entering the Acropolis Museum. We pre-booked almost all our visits to keep us to a schedule and also obviously to guarantee entry. Before we could even get into the museum, we came across these ancient ruins right outside. These were once part of an entire neighborhood where people lived and worked thousands of years ago. It is honestly amazing to stand here and realize you're literally looking at pieces of everyday life from ancient Athens. Getting into the museum was super easy because of the priority that came with the little kids. There was a queue next to us, but it wasn't very long, so if you don't have kids, I guess it shouldn't be a long wait. Do not forget to look down as you enter because even the floor tells a story. Here you can actually see ancient pottery and ruins beneath the glass from the neighborhood that once stood here thousands of years ago. How amazing is that? We're here on the underground level. I believe it's called the Excavation Museum, where there are glass display cases containing smaller archaeological objects. This is especially interesting because you see these objects that were actually used in everyday life, from pottery and household items to things connected to work, trade, and worship. It gives you a glimpse into the ordinary lives of the people who used to live here thousands of years ago. How cute is that? Look at Zara and her grandmother exploring on their own. As you may be able to tell, this underground level we're on at the moment is very spacious, and so there isn't a very big feeling of crowd, which I love. To be honest, it wasn't very easy to follow the tour without an audio guide at least, but all hope is not lost. With just the right amount of focus and the little knowledge, you can still enjoy your visit. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go up. Let's go. Where's your hat? Let's go up. Let's go to Appa, up there. Appa is up there. Careful, Zara. This first floor was one of my favorite parts of the museum, even though I couldn't give it a good amount of attention because the early flight tiredness was starting to kick in. But look, it's such a beautiful open space filled with sculptures and artifacts from different periods of ancient Greek history.
So what is also interesting how they painted the different sculptures, like different minerals were used for different colors, like azurite for the azure blue, right? Mm-hmm. Or malachite for the turquoise.
Yeah.
Or hematite for that brownish color, right?
And these are from the rocks, right? They got the
Black,
pigments from the
right?
rocks.
And there are the rocks above,
Wow.
which they use to get the pigments.
Nice. This museum is 100% recommend. I felt quite bad that I couldn't give it more of my time, but Lord knows I needed rest at this point. And when I told the others, it turned out they were also on the same page. And so basically we just collected ourselves and headed back to the hotel to take a nap. While waiting for my brother, the stroller decided, nope, I'm not joining them. I want to stay here. A few meters away from the Acropolis areas, and you are in the lively Plaka district. Walking through here was honestly such a lovely experience. The little streets, beautiful buildings, the cafes, and just the whole atmosphere. We were running on our last batteries, to be honest, but we still appreciated every step of the walk. Thank goodness our tickets were all pre-booked to this main attraction you see here, the Parthenon, because most probably we wouldn't be able to get tickets or even get in at all. We were 30 minutes late, y'all. Look how beautiful the sunset is. We wanted sunset tickets, but we could not get the 6 p.m. tickets we originally wanted. We could only get the 7 to 8 p.m. time slot instead, which was fine by me until it turned out you really cannot be late for that one because 8 p.m. is the final closing time, which means 7:50 p.m. they start asking people to exit. Wow, but the sunset is so cool. For people like us who only managed to get up there at 7:40 p.m., guess how much time we had there? Close to zero. Anyway, take a cue from this and don't be late for your visit time slots. You know, there are some places you see in pictures 100 times, but nothing prepares you for seeing them in person. The Parthenon at sunset was one of those moments. Golden lights, an incredible view, and thousands of years of history right in front of you. Absolutely magnificent. Yeah. Hello. Visiting the Acropolis at sunset was such a beautiful way to end the day, and then gathering the whole family for dinner in the heart of Plaka, everyone happy, tired, and full of memories from the day, was honestly the perfect way to wrap up such a beautiful first day in Athens. Rise and shine. It's day 2 in Athens. Our hotel had an amazing breakfast. I always look forward to breakfast. They had this partial a la carte thing going on where we could choose from greatly served plates and then top up with some extra from the buffet table. Lovely. You guys, I'm so sorry for being so MIA since the beginning of my vlog, because yesterday, okay, I don't think you can hear me, so I'm just gonna end it here. and talk again later when it's not this loud. Here we are on our 11 a.m. ferry ride to the island of Aegina, only 40 minutes away from Athens. We booked this ferry company called Magic Sea. Absolutely love their service. If you want to be at the window seat though, I would strongly recommend to book it with your reservation because people are going to take those seats. Even with our reservation, almost all the time we had to remove people from our seats. If you want to be certain that you're going to have those seats to enjoy the sea view from the ferry, you are going to have to make that reservation. It's not a big deal, you just have to select your seats. What are you doing with mommy's purse?
I can't funny.
Thank you. Yes. Ooh, we have arrived. Oh, wow. For anyone who might not be familiar with Aegina, it's a small Greek island located in the Saronic Gulf, just a short ferry ride from Athens. And while it might not be as famous as some of the other Greek islands, that's actually part of its charm. Aegina has this lovely, authentic island atmosphere with beautiful little streets, traditional buildings, and cute local shops. It actually is also the country's leading producer of pistachio. One of my favorite things about Aegina is simply walking through its little streets and taking in all the details. The charming shops, the beautiful old buildings, the little corners you might otherwise walk right past. Everything has such a relaxed, authentic Greek island feel. This is so pretty. I am not a cat person at all, but look how adorable. This old man walked by just now and randomly started to love on this cat on the streets. Buying from this fish market is also another activity people like to engage in here in Aegina Island because the island is known for having an array of fish, which if you are a big seafood lover, this is heaven for you.
Wow.
Wow.
And how long to make one?
Hey babe. Oh! Oh my god.
Then go back to eat that place.
Yeah.
Mommy, I want this.
Okay. Okay, so what is summer without ice cream and what is Greece without loukoumades? I had to get my hands on one of those to see what the hype is about. So loukoumades, in simple description, as I have found, is basically like little Greek donut bites which are warm, fluffy, and covered in honey, cinnamon, chocolate, whatever topping you'd like. Honestly, I like them fairly. I admit they are good, but I personally found them to be a bit too greasy, so I'm not your biggest fan of it, but I do get the hype. It's warm, it's delicious. My brother, for example, liked it a lot. Going on to our next program, we walked to the other side to get a taxi to take us to the monastery. It's one of the biggest things you do while you're visiting Aegina Island. One of the most special places we visited is this monastery of Saint Nectarius. It's dedicated to Saint Nectarius, who is one of the beloved saints in Greece, and people come here from all over the world to pray and pay their respects. Something to cover my shoulders. I don't have something to cover my shoulder.
see you. I see you.
My brother kept saying how incredibly peaceful it feels to be here, and I couldn't agree more. From the beautiful church and the surroundings to the quiet atmosphere. Even if you're not familiar with the history of Saint Nectarius, you can really feel that it's a place that means a lot to people. Beyond the beauty of the monastery, you could feel the faith and devotion of the people who come here. It was a beautiful reminder that sometimes the most memorable parts of a trip are the quiet moments. Next stop was Perdika, one of the prettiest little villages in Aegina. I absolutely love the atmosphere here. The little whitewashed buildings, the private boats, the beautiful blue sea, many restaurants overlooking the beautiful blue sea. Everything just so calm and slow-paced. I love that we came here to close our day of exploring Aegina. A lion has a tail. It has a big head and a very small waist. And a very small waist. Careful. A lion has a tail.
I don't know. I don't think that we can.
Riding. Now let's stop. Now let's stop. Walking, 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 walking. Hop, hop, hop. Hop, hop, hop. Running, running, running. Running, running, running. Now let's stop. Now let's stop. Very good. So grateful to God for granting us the beautiful, lovely day we had. We were all in good spirits, just appreciating being there. Want to waste our money. If you want to waste our money, what should we do? If we don't drink, we drink it. Our return ferry was for 8:30 p.m. and so it was about time to get going. My brother helped us immensely by taking up that responsibility of calling the taxi, handling all the transportation stuff. God bless him so much. And our taxi driver who took us back to the main Aegina port was such a lovely man. I highly recommend visiting Perdika once you are in Aegina Island. Another big advice I have for you is to rent a car. There are quite a number of car rental companies. It's much cheaper to rent a car for the day than getting several taxis to several locations, even if you're just two people, and in that case, you may rent a quad as well. We came to the realization quite late because we wanted to rent a car, rather a van, to the monastery and then to Perdika, etc. But then they said they had run out of free vans for the day. And I'm talking about a van because we were 6 people in total.
Someday we will look back and our hearts will be whole again. I want to remember.
And our last activity was to go around with my mother-in-law to help her find a postcard for her friends back home. She's so cute. And our final thing we did was to pass by this cute fruit shop and pick up some peaches for ourselves, you know, as like a little treat for bedtime. Thank you for watching my Athens vlog. See you in my next one. Bye. Nice. Oh, great. Okay, very good.
Hello again.
Hello again.
Μάλιστα, βέβαια.
Κυρίες και κύριοι, καλησπέρα σας. Η Magic Ferry, στο πλοίαρχο, η αξιωματική και το πλήρωμα, σας καλωσορίζει στο ταχύπλοιο Magic 5. Ο τελικός μας προορισμός είναι το λιμάνι του Πειραιά.